Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of this Range Rover that we've just had come into stock. I'll be giving you my personal and honest feedback of the vehicle, of the looks and the drive. So join in and thank you for watching. So as we move to the exterior, I think first impressions and first thoughts for the review is it just looks an absolute beast. I think this new model is a lot better to the old model. It looks a lot more sleek with the door handles being recessed into the doors, with the 23-inch wheels, with the new headlights. The old thing just looks a lot more sleek in my opinion. This particular model has the 23-inch wheels. We've got deployable side steps. I think with a big car like this, you definitely need deployables. So that's a big tick with this car. You definitely need the 23s. In my personal opinion, if you go for the 22s or 21s, they're just not big enough. You need to fill the arches, and the 23s definitely do that. I think Land Rover have done that because they don't want the likes of Overfinch and Urbans putting all their aftermarket wheels on the cars when they can do them in-house. But I don't know, let me know what you think. That's my personal opinion.
With Range Rovers around every corner, I do think this makes it the best car because it blends in for the luxury, for the stature, for the how it makes you feel. The only other cars you could really compare would be the Bentley Bentayga or the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, which are of course a lot more money and completely different price bracket.
With the shadow pack on this car, now you've got shadow on the doors, you've got it on the grills and on the lower bumpers. Now, when I first saw this car online, before I seen one in person, I thought being a big black car, you'd want that gloss black, like the black pack as such. But I do think with the shadow pack, in person, it does work. It is like a completely different model. A lot of time manufacturers, they do slight tweaks, they do slight changes. With this one, it seems like a completely different car. You've got the outer shape. It's not just had a facelift, it's had a completely different look. Sleek, lowered on the rear, lowered on the front, you've got 23s. I think at this angle, on the side shot, with the deployable step out, the 23-inch wheels, all black, it just looks an absolute beast. Much better than the old model. So the biggest difference inside is the seat. So the 2013 to 2018 model, I think the seats were just right. From an 18 to 22, I think they completely messed the seats up. So I found the older model far more comfortable than the pre-model to this. With these ones, they've got the seats just right. Move on to the interior. I think this is where Land Rover have stepped up massively, starting with the materials they've used, the look of the car, the way it makes you feel inside. It feels a very special place to be. The seats are a massive improvement, probably the best improvement. Like I mentioned, the 2013 model, they got the seats just right, and then when they moved to 2018, completely messed them up in my opinion, really uncomfy. So these ones feel like they're back to that 2013 model, but with a more luxury edge. The infotainment screen, when I first saw it, I did think it looked a little bit awkward, just like it's plonked on the dashboard, but as you use the infotainment screen, it's a massive improvement. Your phone connects straight away, no cables, no messing about, straight on Spotify, straight on Maps, and obviously, yeah, it's an absolutely massive screen, so it's it's absolutely brilliant. Massive improvement, this one. To move into the driver's seat, I think you're first met by this massive steering wheel. It took some getting used to the size of the thing, but compared to the old model, the steering is ultra light. It's one finger turning. One thing I do like is this design of the steering wheel. One thing I don't like, you've got all this luxurious inside leather headlining, the way it feels, the way it smells, and you've just got these creaky plastic gloss black buttons. I'm not a fan of that. The way the cruise control, the button, I like that. It feels really firm, and sometimes it can feel quite cheap, but now it feels nice. I like the dials. The dials are a massive improvement compared to the old model, where it's just a normal instrument cluster set back. They brought it forward a little bit, and it makes such a difference. A lot easier to see, and yeah, it just gives it a more modern feel opposed to a typical dial at the back. More Mercedes-Benz screens across with a virtual dash. Being the Autobiography, it comes standard with the digital rear view mirror. Yeah, it's all right. It's a bit of a gimmick in my opinion. You can't beat just looking back and seeing what you can see. We see too much screens in life. one less screen can only be a good thing. It's got the heads-up display, this model. Even if I had a lesser model, an SC or a HSC, I'd still want heads-up display. When you're wafting on the M1 or the dual carriageway, yeah, it just makes it ease of looking. You've got these great massive winged headrests. Ooh, a lot more. So now, in regards to a driver experience, we pull out of the garage, the first thing I always do is when we come to a stop, the annoying start-stop. So we go straight onto the screen, start, and away we go. So this one's a P400, so it's a 3-litre petrol. So I'm used to driving the 3-litre diesels. I had this for a day, and the biggest difference I've noticed, other than the fuel being absolutely horrendous, I much prefer the petrol over the diesel. I never thought I'd say that, because I do love a diesel. Put a full tank of fuel in, you know you're good for a week and a half, 2 weeks. Well, the petrol is a lot smoother, it's ever so quiet. So as we pull off, the P400 is a lot more responsive. It's not as lazy as a diesel, which you would think. I used to drive the 3-litre diesel. This is the first petrol variant I've had, and it's a lot more smooth, it's a lot quieter. It's absolutely dreadful on fuel, which you'd expect on a 3-litre petrol vehicle of this size. In regards to the way it drives, this is absolute night and day to the old model. This one, you know, we'd be sat in here just on a normal road, blamonging around, shaking about, where this one, I've noticed my wife in the passenger seat, my daughter in the rear, they're not head bobbing, they're nice and still, nice and relaxed. So that's probably the biggest improvement, is whatever they've done to the chassis and suspension, it's definitely worked. It's a lot smoother and less blamongy. So you can't deny when you drive a Range Rover, it's such a special car. It makes you feel special when you're driving it. And this new model should be paid by a Land Rover, but absolutely lovely. It's the best car I've driven. I've driven a lot of cars being a car dealer, and it's definitely by far the best car I've ever driven. It's smooth, it's responsive, it's comfy, it does everything you want it to do with the infotainment screen, connecting straight to Apple CarPlay, the new steering wheel. You can do that with one finger. I wouldn't change a thing on how it drives. It brakes a lot better than the old model, and obviously you've got great massive wing mirrors, so the viewing's fine, and it will take some beating to beat this car. Another big improvement to this car is a rear steer. I never thought how important it would be in a car of this size, but just spinning round when you're doing maneuvers, when you're parking, it's such a big difference. Having the rear steer, you can just swing around like you're in a hatchback car. It's quite surprising, actually. I think you go to something low, you go to something sporty, you soon find yourself wanting to come back to drive a Range Rover, because nothing quite beats the way it drives, especially these new ones. So that was my review of this new Range Rover that we have in stock. In my opinion, this new shape Range Rover is the best car money can buy. Let me know what you think. Comment in the comment section, give us a like and subscribe, and let us know what you want to see moving forward. And thank you for watching.